So today we're going to learn FOIL, which we've already been practicing on our warm-up, so today should be easy. FOIL is used for a binomial times a binomial, so two terms in each of the parentheses. So everybody, what does F stand for? First term times first term. What does O stand for? The outer term times the outer term. What does I stand for? The inner term times the inner term, and L stands for last. Last term times last term. All right, so let's go practice it. And we don't have to do every single one because y'all have been doing these. All right, first term times first term. That is the first term in the first parentheses times the first term in the second parentheses. So x times x is x squared. Now it's your two outer ones like this, if you were to push your hands apart. The outer over here times the outer over here. So this one times this one. That's your two outer terms. So what's 3 times x? So plus 3x. Now is your two inner. That's when you go like that. Your two inside terms. So 2 times x, 2x. And last, 2 times 3. What's 2 times 3? The last step of FOIL is to combine like terms, and it's usually your two middle terms. So it's always these two. So 3x plus 2x is 5x. So I have x squared plus 5x plus 6. Are we good? All right, let's try the next one. Now, we've talked about this, but I need to know how y'all feel about this right here. Are y'all good with understanding that a minus sign gives the number a negative value? Yes? If you don't understand that, then you need to change that to a plus and change that to a negative so that you can physically see that negative sign. Okay, so it's up to you if you can see it or not. All right, first, positive x times positive x, x squared. Outer, your two outer terms, positive x times 5, 5x. Inner. Now, this is where this comes into play. What value does this 2 have? That's negative 2 times x. So negative 2x. And last, negative 2 times positive 5 is negative 10. So I got to combine these two. I have x squared plus 3x minus 10. All right, we'll do 2 more, and then we're going to move on since we've been practicing these every day. Try this one on your own. Check your answer with mine, and then go ahead and move on to that next one. All right, how did we do on this one? Can I move on, or do we need another example? You'll have to let me know. Anybody need another example? Are we okay? All right, now we're going to move on to binomial times trinomials. And these are nothing hard. You won't do FOIL. What you're going to do, first of all, look, the first one has two terms. That's a binomial. The second parentheses has three terms. That's a trinomial. What you're going to do is do the first term times everything in the second parentheses. Okay, so what's x times 2x squared? 2x cubed. Plus, what's x times x? X squared. And then what is x times negative 3? Negative 3x. Now we are done with this first term. Now we take the second term and we're going to multiply it by everything in the second parentheses. And what I would do is stack them. So I'm going to do 3 times 2x squared. What is 3 times 2? Which one would that go with? This one. So I'm going to put it right under it. 6x squared. Now I'm going to do 3 times x. 3x. And now I'm going to do 3 times negative 3. Negative 9. I didn't mean to put that line so low. Now add your terms together. Combine your like terms. So I have 2x cubed plus 7x squared, because this has a coefficient of 1. What happened to these x's? They're gone. And then minus 9. All right, let's try this one. Again, you are going to take the first term in the binomial and multiply it by everything in the second parentheses. So don't even worry about the second term. P times p squared is p cubed. P times negative 4p is negative 4p squared. And p times 2 is 2p. Are y'all okay, or do I need to slow down? Now we're finished with this one. We're going to go on to this one. What value does this 3 have? Now I'm going to do this one times everything in the second parentheses. So negative 3p squared is going to go with this. Everybody good with that? Why I put it here? Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12 with a p. And negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And now I will just combine my like terms. Now I don't have to stack them. It's just easier to stack them where you're not having to look for what to combine. All right, so I have p cubed minus, what's negative 4 plus negative 3? Negative 7p squared plus 14p minus 6. Okay, we're going to do 2 more of these. Let's do, it doesn't matter. Let's go do the bottom 2. We have more room. Try this one on your own. Check your answer to the first one and see how you did. Did anybody have a question? Did you mess up and need explanation? How did we do? We messed up? Do I need to go explain it, or do you see your mistake? Oh, I meant to put that. Look. Sorry. Yes, just tell me. I had it right here. I just wrote it wrong. Okay. Everybody else okay? Let's do this one on your own. Check your answer with mine. How did we do? Okay? Yes? Anybody have any questions? Okay, flip to the back. Now we're going to do a trinomial times a trinomial. You'll do it the exact same way that you did the last one. So you'll take the first term and multiply it by everything in parentheses. Then you'll do the second term times everything, and then the third term. So how many stacks will you have? 3. All right, here we go. N squared times n squared is n to the 4th. N squared times n is n to the 3rd. And n squared times 2 is 2n squared. So I'm done with this one. Now I'm going to move on to the next term. Positive 2n times n squared is 2n to the 3rd. 2n times n, 2n squared, and 2n times 2, 4n. Do y'all notice every time it just scoots over 1 when you stack it? This one's done. Now I'm going to do this one. Negative 1 times n squared is negative 1n squared. Do y'all see how it just moves over one place every time? Negative 1 times n is negative 1n, and negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And now I combine my like terms. If you need to, go put a 1 as a coefficient in front of all the empty ones. 1n to the 4th plus 3n cubed. 4 minus 1 is 3, so plus 3n squared. 4 minus 1 is 3 plus 3n and minus 2. All right, let's go do the third one. Okay, check your answer with mine. Do we need to do one more of those? Are y'all sure? Okay, I'll pass out the assignment. All right, on your assignment, you will be doing the whole page. If it is, there's only 24 questions. If it's a binomial times a binomial, you may use FOIL, which is everything until you get to number 19. And once you get to 19, it's a binomial times a trinomial. So if you need extra space, you can use a separate sheet of paper, or you can come stack it over here. Remember, it's the first term times all three, and then the second term times all three. Make sense? At the bottom, you need to know the formula for area of a rectangle and area of a circle, so I'm going to write it down. A rectangle's area is length times width, and a circle's formula is area equals pi r squared. Once you've filled it in, you'll just simplify it the best of your ability. But what you need to know is these need to go in parentheses. So that's going to end up being that times that, and you'll use FOIL, yes? And this will be pi times, oh, that's not the radius, that's the diameter. Let me help y'all with this one. Because they gave you the diameter, y'all see that? So how do I get the radius from a diameter? So I would have to do 2x plus 4 divided by 2. So that's 2 divided by 2 and 4 divided by 2. So that's 2x divided by 2 plus 4 divided by 2. So the radius is, what's this simplified to? Just x, yeah, 1x. And what is this simplified to? Plus 2. So it will be in parentheses, right? And when I do pi radius squared, isn't that this times itself? Yes or no? So wouldn't that be FOIL if I put two of those next to each other? Yes. All right, get busy. And you can just leave pi on the outside. So it's going to be like this. Pi times radius times radius. So pi times this times this. Then you'll use FOIL, and then just leave the pi on the outside. All right, get busy.